What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Good Friday edition of The Squeeze. I am Tyler Conium. Happy Good Friday to all of those celebrating Easter this weekend. And, it's a nice long weekend. It's Masters weekend. And, of course, lots and lots of sports. The final weekend of the NBA regular season. Actually, the final weekend of the NHL regular season, too. NBA finishes on Sunday. NHL finishes next Friday. It was a good night last night. We went 3-1 here on The Squeeze. Should have been 4-0, but we got the Blue Jays -1 in the first 5 innings, the best Toronto bet of the day. That was a cinch. It was 5-0 there. We had the Ottawa Senators and the Florida Panthers over 7. They ended up with 9. We had the Pittsburgh Penguins in regulation for +120. They hit that. The one bet that we did not hit was the Coyotes and the Kraken over 6.5. It finished 4-2. There were 6 power plays in that game and 0 power play goals, so we were right there for it to be a 4-0 day, but 3-1 up 2 units. Not going to complain about that whatsoever. Only 2 bets today. There is no NHL action today, and the NBA slate, there's a couple things that I might dive in with, like the Mavericks and the Bulls, depending on who plays, but it's so hard right now. The playoffs are essentially set. The only team that can make the playoffs in the West are the Dallas Mavericks, but they're playing poorly, so I don't know. It's not easy betting the final 3 days of the NBA. A lot of guys are resting. A lot of guys are not playing. And then the 2 bets are in baseball. And again, the season is so young that I'm not just going to, throw flyers out there or be able to really analytically break them down here. I might make other bets that I'll post on Twitter, but to break them down with any sort of meaningful content for you guys doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We also have our Masters bets that I've posted as well. We have Rory to finish in the top 10. Didn't have a great round 1, but we do have John Rahm to finish in the top 10. So, I have certain the different things if you hopped on those that I posted on Twitter. So, let's get to today. We're going to start in Cleveland with the Cleveland Guardians. The 2 bets I have today are both home openers for their respective teams. We're starting, like I said, with the Cleveland Guardians. It is their home opener today against the Seattle Mariners. Mariners come into this 2-5. Not great so far to start the season. The Guardians come into this game 5-2. They've played well. The pitching matchup is Logan Gilbert versus Savale for the Cleveland Guardians. Aaron Savale. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the Guardians in the first 5 innings. Started really liking this first 5 innings bet. And the strategy is essentially it eliminates the bullpens. And it eliminates, you look at the Jays game yesterday. It was a 5-0 win in the first 5 innings for the Jays. And then the bullpen, they still won the game, but it got a little bit muddled in the bullpen. So a lot of times with the baseball bets I'm going to be making here, it's going to be first 5 bets. Now, the second bet is not. It's a run line bet because I actually like the other thing to happen, but we'll discuss that. But I like first 5 inning bets. You're just basically playing starting pitching matchups. Shortens the game. The odds are a little bit longer, so you have to pick your spots. But I do like that. I think that the Mariners, is this the time that they're going to buck the trend? They lost 3 straight games to the they lost 2 of 3 to the Los Angeles Angels, and the opening series was against these same Cleveland Guardians at home, where they got swept to start the year. Actually, no, it was a 4-game set, so they've lost 2 of 3 to LA and 3 of 4 to Cleveland. They won 3-0 in the season opener, then they lost 9-4, 2-0, and 6-5. I think Savale is actually one of the better pitchers to go. This was the opening day matchup as well. So, Savale 1-0 in the win over Saturday, pitched 7 scoreless innings, during which he allowed just 2 hits and 1 walk while striking out 3, which I like. And I just like the Cleveland Guardians to be motivated. I don't think this is the time for the Mariners to get off the schneid. I do actually like when a team heads out onto the road, but I just don't think this is going to be the chance for them. Logan Gilbert, he lost to Cleveland, as I mentioned. He did only allow 1 run on 4 hits and 1 walk and struck out 7 batters over 6 innings. Mariners are going to turn it around eventually. I just don't think it's today. I think Cleveland's going to be pumped at home. They have an over 500 record in home openers throughout their history, and I like that for continue. And again, the thing I like about betting first 5 money lines, so yesterday the Jays bet was -1, so that was a run line bet. This is just a money line. If this game's tied after 5 innings, it's a push. Obviously if Seattle's winning, we lose the bet, but if Cleveland's winning or it's tied, we have a win or a push, and we're getting that for even money. So -105 at FanDuel, Cleveland Guardians, money line, first 5 innings. My other bet is with the home opener for the San Francisco Giants. They're at home to the Kansas City Royals, who just got lost 3 straight to the Toronto Blue Jays. So we know this team pretty well. I like the Giants on the run line here, -1.5, and you're getting this at +120. Kansas City's 1-6, and have not played well at all. The last 3 games against Toronto Blue Jays, they lost 6-3, 3-0, 4-1. They scored 4 runs in their last 3 baseball games. Yeah, they did beat the Jays 9-5 in that series opener, but previous to that against Minnesota, they lost 7-4, 2-0, 2-0. They've been shut out 3 times already in this season in 7 games. So almost half their games have been a shutout. San Francisco Giants just scored 16 runs against the Chicago White Sox. They went 16-6. They also beat them 12-3 in that series. They've won 7-5. Now they've lost 6-0 and they've lost 5-0, so they've been shut out twice as well. And the pitching matchup is essentially what their opening day starters are. But you've got Alex Cobb going for the San Francisco Giants. He pitched against the Yankees to start the season. It was a win. It was a 7-5 win. He did only go 3 2/3 of an inning, gave up 4 hits, but only 1 earned run. Pitched well. He just threw a lot of pitches, threw 76 pitches through 3 2/3 innings. So I like him to have a nice bounce back start. I like him to play well at home. Kansas City's going from Kansas City all the way up to San Francisco. It's a long travel day. And that's, they just played in Kansas City yesterday. Yeah, it was a day game, a getaway game, but nevertheless, you've got Brad Keller, who opened the season against Minnesota. It was a 7-4 loss. He threw 4 2/3 innings. He did have 6 strikeouts. He walked 4, gave up 2 earned runs through 88 pitches. So I think that San Francisco Giants are just a better team. Now, the run line, yeah, is 2 runs, but Kansas City's having trouble scoring. The Giants are tagging the ball lately. So Brad Keller, yeah, he's the Kansas City ace theoretically, but is he really? I don't think so. I think Cobb's going to have an easier time shutting down the Kansas City offense than Keller will have shutting down the Giants offense, especially on the road, especially for San Fran's home opener. So I'm going to, and San Fran did actually travel across a little bit further across the country from Chicago. So we'll see. But I like the San Francisco Giants on the run line. So just 2 bets officially today for Good Friday. I've got the Cleveland Guardians on the money line in the first 5 innings. That's minus 105 at FanDuel. I've got the San Francisco Giants on the run line, minus 1.5. That's plus 120 at BetMGM. Those are your Good Friday bets. I'm sure I'll be adding more stuff throughout the day once the NBA slate evens out a little bit. We'll see. Of course, I'll have the best Toronto bet. Raptors and the Jays play today, so we'll see where that goes. Feel free to drop a comment if you're fading or following. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at Tyler Connie for more picks and props throughout the day. TikTok and Instagram for just the picks portions, and audio versions available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Have a great Friday. Enjoy all the sports. Enjoy the Masters. Stock Sports.